Unit 10, Recording 1.
And now it's time for Quiz the Expert. Our expert this week is Monica Jessup. Monica will be familiar to some of our listeners. She has worked at a number of top UK universities. Good to have you on the programme, Monica.
Thanks, Doug.
So, Monica, our first question comes from a caller in South Wales. Hello, Ewan?
Yes, hello.
What's your question for our expert, Ewan?
OK, well, a question I've always wanted to ask is, who actually controls the media?
Well, Ewan, the simple answer is it depends. In some countries, the government controls the media. In other countries, it's private individuals or companies who own it. What we call mass media nowadays also includes the internet. And you could argue that we all own that because we can all set up a website. However, there are certainly some very large media corporations that own and control a lot of what we see and hear. In the US around 25 years ago, there were 50 major media corporations. Now, there are just 6.
Does that answer your question, Ewan?
Yes, I think it does, thanks.
Great stuff. Now on to Fred from Bristol.
Thanks, Doug. Monica, I'm interested in your opinion. Does the media reflect what we think, or does the media control what we think? I mean, do we just think about the things that the media wants us to think about?
The eternal question, Fred. It used to be said that the most powerful person in the country was the newspaper editor, because he, and it always was a he, decided what went on the front page, and so decided what was important and what wasn't. However, the internet has had an impact. Now anyone can create news. With the camera in our smartphones, we can record a high-definition video of an event, upload it to the internet, and hey presto, people all over the world can see. Big media corporations are being cut out. Sites like globalvoicesonline.org are bringing the news directly from the people who are experiencing it, inside war zones, for example. So, in answer to your question, while the media does still control what we think to some extent, people are now able to use the media to reflect what they think.
That's a fascinating idea. I must check it out. Thanks for that question, Fred. Now we have Damien in Leeds. Hi, Damien. What's your question?
Oh, yes. You mentioned how the internet has changed news, Monica. How else has the internet changed things? How has it affected the world of media?
Well, of course, it's introduced a lot of new words to our language. Who had heard of microblogging before the internet? But more importantly, I believe the internet has made media more interactive. Media used to be a one-way process. They spoke and we listened. Now it's much more like a dialogue. Every article has reader comments below it. Every concert is reviewed and discussed on Twitter. Unfortunately, I think the internet has also made us all more separate from each other. We're all watching and listening to different things. Young adults now probably don't even remember the time when everyone watched the same thing on television and then talked about it the next day at work or college. In 1986, the top-rated TV show in the UK got 30 million viewers. That's half the population. 25 years later, the top-rated show got less than half that number. As a society, we just don't share the same experiences anymore. We watch and listen to different things.
OK, thanks, Monica. And thanks, Damien, for that question. We've only got time for one more question, I think, which is from Lisa in Edinburgh.
Hi, Monica.
Hi, Lisa. What's your question?
Well, you mentioned newspapers earlier. They're having a hard time of things. Will we still read newspapers in the future?
Most countries have seen a drop in newspaper circulation in the last few years, particularly broadsheets. They're finding it much harder to survive and many have gone out of business. It's not just the loss of readers that is a problem. In the US, newspapers make almost 90% of their money from advertising. When circulation drops, fewer people want to advertise in the newspaper, and they won't pay as much to advertise.
OK, thanks, Monica. Fascinating as always to talk to you, and thanks for taking part in Quiz the Expert. Now it's time for travel news. Gary, over to you.